We're live.
We're doing
it. Welcome back to Sorry We're Booked. I'm Laney.
And I'm Michael. And
you're not Jessica.
No, I'm not Jessica.
Oh my gosh, who are you? We have an intruder.
We do. Yeah, and we're in a different spot now than before.
Our guest bedroom.
Yes, yeah.
Not the cool studio.
Not the studio, but that's all right. I didn't make it to the studio level yet, so
that's
we'll do it.
This
from
is
the
your
house.
test run.
Yeah. I gotta earn my keep. Yeah,
I gotta see how you do, and then if you do okay, maybe we'll bring you into the studio.
All right. So
it's like SNL.
All right.
You gotta audition.
Gotta do my best today, I guess, to try and make it. Yeah, Jason already did it, so.
I know, and he did really well.
I've listened to theirs probably 5 times, just being like, how did he do that? Awesome.
None of the questions are the same.
Yeah.
I hope you know
Well, there went all my practices.
Yeah, you're just drilling the questions
just
at night.
You got it, Michael. You're gonna nail these. Yeah, and well, that. Never mind. Then
sorry.
Anyone's game here. So okay, Jason, here we go.
Battle of the husbands.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'll write down my answers. That way you can't see.
Can I? Okay. I can't look at it.
No, you can't look at it. That would defeat the purpose.
That would have been pretty helpful.
And then you'll just answer, and then I'll flip around.
All right.
And we'll see if you got it right or not.
Are you going to shift away from me? Should I shift away from you?
Yeah,
how should
let's shift like
all right.
this.
All right.
This will be good.
All right.
Are you ready?
I hope so.
What happens if you don't?
We're just gonna have to stop recording and delete this footage. Just never bring it up again and say, oh yeah, we never could find the time to do this podcast.
Meanwhile, we're having like horrible marital issues.
Yes.
He doesn't even know
everything fell apart. It's all from the podcast.
He didn't even know my favorite book.
All right, let's see. I think I got that one.
I have got 20 questions.
Okay.
Some of them are, I don't know, pretty straightforward, and then some are just kind of goofy.
Yeah.
So don't be surprised if you get like a curveball thrown at you, and you're like, what the heck does that even mean?
Good deal.
Some of them are funny, but
and I remember on Jason and Jessica's podcast, they did like a Fourth Wing kind of intro thing.
We should absolutely
so I was gonna say,
do that.
I was gonna say everyone else has got
He
to.
really did
I
study,
listen.
folks.
I watch.
He is our between you and my mother and Jessica's mom.
Number one fans.
Yes.
Yeah, we have a little side podcast that reviews it after y'all are done. That would be awesome if we did.
I was about to say
like a post Walking Dead. Remember when they did that? Yeah, that's what we do. Your mom and Jessica's mom and me. Yeah.
Good reviews?
Oh yeah, I mean, depends on the episode. No, just kidding. They're all good reviews. Ouch.
That's dumb. Okay, so
all right. So
where do you think you fit in
so
Fourth Wing?
In Fourth Wing, I think I would be. I don't know. I feel like I'm 50-50. I feel like I think I would have like obviously I'd like to think I'd be a writer. I think everyone wants to say they'd be a writer. But I feel like I wouldn't get a cool signet. Like I felt like I don't know. I always liked Liam's character, but I always hated his signet. But I was like, that would be my luck. I'd make it through all this stuff, and I'd get like, long sight. Well, he gets like long sight or whatever, far sight. And I'm just like, I mean, that would be also kind of a fun play on the fact that I don't see super well anyway.
I was about to say, that's your...
I could just see a really long way, but it'd be blurry then too. So yeah, it'd be the worst signet. But yeah, and then in the most recent book, they're like, oh yeah, you can just look through your dragon's eyes. And I was like, so that was worthless.
Yeah. What was the point of Liam?
Yeah, so that would be, I think that would be.
So fun fact for our audience, Michael loves Fourth Wing.
I do.
I'm putting words in your
mouth. No, I do. That's fair to say. Yeah.
So I think you know the books better than I do.
I liked Fourth Wing. I feel like Jason did the, my fourth, fifth, and sixth wing thing on the podcast, which shout out to Jason on that one. But no, I felt like kind of the second book, which I guess Iron Flame was number 2. I felt like I was like, I wanted that to be awesome, and then the third one I was like, we're back. Like I liked, I liked the third one a lot, but
that's how I am too. It goes 1, 3, 2 for me.
Well, I feel like y'all talk about like the tropes of things, and it's like that whole book felt like it was just like a miscommunication thing, and I was just like, I'm so uninterested in like that,
You have to realize that they're like 17.
Yeah.
So like think back on like you being 17. Yeah. You would have the exact same issues that they're having.
I don't feel like that's
you
true.
don't?
No, I feel like I would just say what I'm feeling. Like it was just.
Wow.
I mean,
17-year-old Michael was incredibly emotionally available.
No, I feel like it was just simple. Like it would just be like, yeah, it's not hard for me to, you know.
Also, you could die tomorrow, so might as well clear this up, you know.
Yeah.
No, like
okay, yeah.
Like
in the book.
Yeah.
I was like, what is happening tomorrow? What do I not know that's going on? Yeah, I feel like that is another reason to, you know, kind of like
clear things
be
up.
a little bit more transparent as a person, but I don't know. That's
I think you'd be a writer. I think you'd be a writer.
So. I could be unlucky, just be one of the infantry duds. I feel like they haven't explored that at all. I'm interested to kind of see.
That's okay. We don't care about them.
Yeah. Well, I guess they did with what's his name, like the old boyfriend.
Yeah,
he was an infantry dud. Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, that's No. R.I.P. He's still around.
I thought Zayden's ex-girlfriend's boyfriend died.
Oh, I was talking about. You know this.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, like,
spoiler.
Am I keeping something?
No.
No. I guess her old boyfriend.
Oh, that's
Wasn't
right.
he an infantry? He's like a prince, but he was an infantry guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
The one that like rode around on the basket.
Yeah, he just gets carried around.
Yes.
Yeah, that's So they did talk about it.
You can tell I'm a vibe reader. I don't know anybody's names. I can't
I need
remember
the data. What happened?
Yeah.
Where was the battle?
He'll bring up stuff, and I'm like, how did you get that? And you're like, did you even read the book?
I think that's what's so great about that series. Is like you can go at it from like, you know, the romance side and all the other stuff, but it absolutely has like the male appeal of like battles and like kind of cool, you know,
political warfare.
100%. Like a little bit of that, like keeping information from the citizens thing. That's always kind of interesting, you know, for us. Oh, and Frankie is meowing in the background. Yeah, okay. Hopefully that will be her only contribution, but no promises. All right, let's do this thing.
Ready?
All right, we'll see.
I'll start you off with a softball.
Okay.
What's my all-time favorite book?
Okay. A Court of Mist and Fury is your favorite, I think.
Ding, ding, ding.
I feel like...
Which one is that in the series?
So, I know you really don't like one of the later ones.
Yes,
the Silver Flames. And so, at our baby shower recently, your baby shower, our baby shower. I threw that out. We did kind of a how well do you know your wife thing, and I threw out that it was the Silver Flames.
Thanks a lot.
I got some laughs, I think, for everyone who knew.
There was
a lot of clueless, you know, like people who don't read or. But yeah, no, it's the second one, right? Because the first one's like, oh, it's gonna be this guy, and then they're just like, nope, not this guy. What's that like? Why do you have trust issues? And it's that's
because of Sarah J. Maas.
100%. Yeah, so I've never read those, but
which leads me into the second question.
Okay.
Which author do I always read, no matter what they put out?
Is that just the same? I mean, I feel like you've read a lot of Rebecca Yarros' stuff. It's not who you're gonna say, but it's the science girl. It's the one who does all the science books. There for a while you were doing that. I don't know. I feel like you're pretty loyal. You're pretty loyal to your like authors, though. I feel like when you find an author you like, you just kind of continue down their line. And it seems like you give them a lot of rope, even if it's like, oh, this is my 6th book by this person, I really hate him, and you're just like, but I'm buying number 7. Yeah, it's like, okay, if you want to. I don't know.
That's okay. I said Abby Jimenez, which I know would be
I've heard that name a bunch on the podcast.
So the only reason I didn't say Sarah J. Maas is because I have not read Throne of Glass yet. So I can't say
is that like the Cloud City thing?
It's Crescent City.
Okay, is that...
Well done, yeah.
Is that her too?
That's her as well.
Okay, yeah. So I guess you haven't gone down kind of but those are pretty big
endeavors,
right? Like that's
hefty.
Are those in the same world? Is that the...
Same universe.
Like similar, yeah.
It's like the multiverse. Think Marvel.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So that you can kind of... Anyways, I won't get into it, but...
Yeah.
I haven't finished Sarah J. Maas's, and then I would say Allie Hazelwood. But after her last book,
which was the diving book, right?
Yes, much to Jessica's chagrin.
Because she loved that one, didn't she? You're like, this is the final straw, Allie.
I can't do it anymore. I really can't. I gave her so many second chances, and then I had enough.
When did it turn for you? Because there for a while it was like, she gets it. Like, women in STEM, women in STEM, and then it was like...
It turned when it wasn't STEM books anymore.
Oh, really?
When it wasn't like science-based, and then it just was like...
You love your science.
I do like my science. I like a strong female character.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Me too.
Yeah. Well, thanks.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All right, next one.
Number 3.
So I'm 1-1 here.
If I could live in any book world, which one would it be?
Okay, this is a good question. Like, are you a main character or are you just a side character in this world? Because I feel like that would change.
I'm a main character. If our cat doesn't shut up, I don't know.
We're gonna have to,
take her out.
She's not even in here. Like, we're gonna have to put her in another room further away. What world would you live in?
I did one. I did one that's recent, and then one that's like a throwback to childhood.
I was gonna say like a C.S. Lewis, like a Narnia would be really cool.
That would be cool.
We haven't talked about this, but like, who wouldn't want to be like in a Narnia main character? I don't think that's your answer, but I feel like I'm saying it, and you're like,
it could be cool though.
That would be cool. Harry Potter would be cool. I don't feel like that's like your passion. Maybe I'm wrong there, but I don't know. You have a Hermione sense to you that I think would really enjoy that. I don't know, but then it's like,
that's supposed to be.
Well, I mean, just kind of like you would be really good at being a wizard type thing. Or,
thank you.
Yeah. I don't know.
What's the
newer stuff?
What's the world called in Akatar? Do you know that?
Would you want to be in that world? Isn't that like a pretty rough existence?
It'd be amazing.
Okay, it depends on like, isn't there like a dark or like there's like different realms or whatever? Very much depends on the realm. It sounds
be in the good realm.
Okay, you're saying you get to completely pick where this goes. Yes. Like, okay, well then that's different. Like, oh, I'm in the perfect place in this universe. Well, that's okay. Yeah, it's like. That's like, I would love to be, in the DC universe if I'm Superman, but like, you're just picking the best situation. All right, well, then yeah, I guess there you go. Okay. You'd be an Akatar. Because it's your favorite book.
Valeris or Hogwarts.
Okay, so it was Hogwarts.
Yeah.
Over Narnia. Really?
Over Narnia.
I don't know. You'd be chilling with Mr. Tumnus,
I know.
Not anymore.
No.
You're out just...
I feel like I'd be a really cool Centaur, though.
Yeah, I mean, the dude when he pulls out the two-hander.
Oh, I know it. In the battle scene.
I mean...
8-year-old Laney was hyped.
Yeah, I guess 10-year-old Michael was pretty hyped, too. I mean, that was awesome, yeah. Who wasn't hyped when that happened? Yeah. I thought he was going to do it, too. I thought he was going to get the witch, but... Got turned to stone.
That's all right.
It happens.
All right, what genre do I read when I'm stressed?
You stay away from... like the mystery stuff. I feel like you always go to the feel-good stuff. So it's like, I feel like you just go to like a rom-com type thing. Outer fantasy? It's fantasy.
Fantasy, probably.
Yeah.
I could see both. I could see wanting just like a floofy, easy to read rom-com, but then probably if I'm stressed, I just want to disassociate and go into a different world.
Yeah. I want to not be here right now.
I don't like Earth, so I'm going to go somewhere else.
What realm will I go to next? Yeah.
I like how I'm writing down the answers, but I'm not even flipping it.
Yeah.
They know.
I don't... It's not like I'm nailing him either. It's like, oh yeah, let me just not turn this around because he, didn't get it right.
Meanwhile, you're like telling me, but you're still losing.
Yeah, I can't read upside down. Yeah. You really enjoy Hogwarts?
What is my ideal reading snack?
Well, I would normally say like you really enjoy. I feel like you'll crush a pickle, but since you gotten pregnant, you're like, I hate, reading. You used to. Like, I remember when we first started dating, like,
I put down a lot of pickles.
Well, my dad was like, I'm buying more. Like, like the house is out. No, but let's see, a good reading snack. think for a second. I mean, I feel like you just like to like nibble on fruit a lot.
Like a lot of fresh fruit in the
Like,
house.
a lot like chocolate chips in my pancakes. Step Brothers reference.
You got it right. It was fresh.
It was fresh fruit. Yeah. I was trying to think of
popcorn.
anything else. Yeah, I was gonna say popcorn, but I feel like that's more of a movie thing. Maybe it's just because that's what
fruit.
That's what we do. Or like the peppers. You also like the like bell peppers and like the hummus.
Oh.
Yeah, that's same, I guess.
You know me better than I know myself. Do I prefer hardback, paperback, or ebooks?
Oh, now you're on the ebook kick.
I am
But you're
on
always you're a hardback, right? Oh, are you a paperback?
Oh, I'm paperback.
I feel like you buy hardbacks because they look good for like the aesthetic.
And it also hides the fact Jessica hates this, but I break
the spine.
I break my spines.
Yeah.
I tear up my books.
Yeah.
But ebooks for sure. And I told Michael I can't buy any more physical books once baby comes because I'm going to be pretty much only having one hand.
Well, now we got the stand.
You got me a stand.
Cool.
You got me a clicker.
Yeah.
So I'll be in the nursery.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put down a lot of books this year, or none at all.
Yeah, it's one or the other.
It's one or the other. I'll either be so sleep deprived I'm asleep all the time, or I'll be just up in the middle of the night.
I think for the first little bit that'll probably be it. You'll be sleeping for a little bit. But...
My reading goal is 50 this year, and I don't think I'm gonna hit it.
You hit it last year, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. By the skin of my teeth.
Yeah, it was like 50 the last week, wasn't it? Yeah.
So.
All right, let's go. Let's see what the next one is.
Where is my favorite place to read?
Where do you read most frequently, or where's your favorite?
Both. It's the same answer.
Just in bed at night?
Yeah, in bed.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's like
it's the worst.
That's your favorite. I was gonna say if there's another place you definitely don't read there.
Yeah, but then Gus is like always like in my face and trying to play and
with that little pig.
The pig toy.
Yeah, the pig toy just ramming it into your elbow.
And I'm like, I'm about to lose it.
Yeah, Gus, I have been on the same page for 20 minutes. Yeah, please stop.
What's gonna happen when we have a son?
Honestly, I think he's going to be better than Gus ramming that pig. That is the worst.
Oh, man. Fantasy or historical fiction?
Fantasy.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Who are you talking to? Yeah.
Historical fiction? That's probably one of my least
I was going to say,
genres.
I've never seen you read a historical fiction.
I can't stand it. I'll appreciate a good historical fiction, like one every 50 books or so, but I'll be honest.
I have never seen you read one.
Well, they're always depressing. It's always about World War II or the Holocaust. Well, I guess those are the same thing. Or
same time period. Different things, the same time period.
Or the Great Depression. Or everybody obsesses over Kristen Hanna. I started The Women. I've heard it's wonderful. Maybe one day I'll revisit. But gosh, when you just read about war 24/7.
Yeah, it's.
Like I said, I like to disassociate.
Yeah, and I think that's maybe more of like typically a male genre. Like I guess you could say that typically female genre for like a lot of the fantasy stuff, which it's like it's whatever you like doing. But I eat that stuff up. We were listening to World War II podcast last night. Yeah,
for 2 hours on the way home.
That was a good time. Yeah, The Fat Electrician. If you've ever listen to him. He's awesome. He does a lot of history YouTube videos. So,
oh man,
there's my plug.
Your plug.
You're welcome.
Podcast.
Yeah, it's not even a podcast.
A podcast within a podcast.
Podcast.
Enemies to lovers or friends to lovers?
Enemies to lovers.
Yes.
You eat that stuff up. Yeah.
Eat it.
Yep.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, baby.
Friends to lovers, I feel like is such a hard.
It's got to be done well, and it's got to be done over a long time period where you're like, oh wow, they really have been best friends since they were 8 years old, and you see them kind of like mold into the cute, oh, boys don't suddenly have cooties anymore type feelings, and then it's like, oh, does he like me back? But then it so often falls into the miscommunication trope because they've known each other for basically 2 decades.
Well, it's just that like timing thing, right? Like it's like one of them starts to have feelings, and it's like
they're
doing
in a
something else. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And I feel like
you see that. Keep missing each other.
I feel like movies.
Yes.
I think about a lot of movies like that, but I feel like you
like Love Rosie. Have you ever seen that one?
No.
It's a good one.
Is that? I'm thinking of like the John Krasinski Friend movie.
I know.
Is that? I can't remember what movie that is.
I don't like that one though because
I don't either.
Totally like glorifies cheating.
Yeah, I didn't like the movie at all, and
but
one of the
you're right
reasons
in the
I feel
fact
like
that that's friends to lovers.
it's like a friends to lovers, but they never make the jump.
Something Borrowed.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't remember the name of that one. I've watched it once, and I was just like, this is not what I wanted. Yeah. I feel like it's just the character has to go through like a something like a separate growth period that happens. I feel like that's the only way that a lot of times that works. Of like, I feel like that trope is a lot of times like
the guy's gonna be a jerk, and then he like
well, even if they're like friends, they're like friends, but it's like never anything, and thing like goes off and like does something. Like I feel like a lot of times it's like he went off to war and comes back, and he's like he's different now. Like like I feel like that's kind of
in a new light.
I feel like it's like that is a lot of times done with that, and it's like okay, you know what's
he's
coming.
Chiseled and tall.
And, he left, you know, overweight and not, like not appealing at all. He comes back like 6'4" and jacked, and you're like, all right, like. What happened?
Attracted.
He went to work on a farm for the summer, and like now he grew 6 inches, and he's 230 lean. You're just like, all right, dude, like that's not how life works. But
that happens in the books and the movies.
Yeah, exactly. In the books and the movies, that's how life works.
Oh man. Long series or standalone novels?
I feel like you like. I was gonna say you like world building, but it. I don't know. I mean, I definitely think things can draw on too long, and that's annoying, but I feel like you always love a good series. Like you open one up and you crush and you're like, oh, there's 4 more? This is awesome. Yeah. I hate waiting for it though.
I would say long series.
I feel like when it's a long series, but it's like, oh, wait 3
cough,
years.
Cough.
Yeah.
Rebecca Yarros, cough, cough.
I mean, she's been churning them out. Let's not,
every 8 months.
I was gonna say, let's not, as well as she's been putting out like other stuff.
Novels.
You're like, come on, Rebecca's doing it. You can't. I'm talking about like, what was the Game of Thrones guy who it's like they made the whole show and then it was like he's still not, you're like, come on, man.
Or Sarah J. Maas. She's supposed to put out a 6th Akatar, but just hasn't even.
Well, she's doing all these other worlds, though, right? I mean, did she step away? Like, was this her first thing, and then she went and did?
Throne of Glass was her first, and then I believe it was Akatar, and then I think Crescent City after that. But yeah. Gosh, our cat is driving me nuts.
Do you want me to? I can go put her in another room.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We'll just deal with it.
Yeah.
Do I annotate my books or do I have pristine pages?
I've never seen you annotate anything. Yeah. I was gonna say.
I wouldn't say my pages are pristine because I kind of beat out my
you
books.
You'll fold.
And
you use bookmarks though mostly.
I try not to dog ear too much, but I'll dog ear. But
you say that like you don't take care of your books. Like you take care of your books. I think it's just like you don't have like a.
To Jessica, I don't. Though.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I feel like Jessica's like. I mean, but she like binds books.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like
she's literally your hobby is making books beautiful.
Yeah, which is incredible.
I know.
She's done some awesome stuff with that, which is awesome. And then their like Catan 3D printed thing was awesome too. We played that.
For cookies.
Shout out to that. Yeah, she's got like the talent for those things. So I feel like any deviation from that really bothers her.
Yes,
which true. That's something that we don't do. We're like, it's probably good, But I feel like you do a good job with taking care of your stuff.
I tried.
So, yeah, I was about to look. Well, it's not our bookshelf. It's in there.
No more books.
Yeah, no more books.
Do I like a slow burn or insta love?
Slow burn.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta yearn. Gotta want it.
It just feels cheap.
If they kiss within the first 200 pages, I'm like, what are we doing here?
I feel like it automatically sets me up for like, what's the big thing that's going to happen that they're going to have to go through? Like, it's always like, if they get together too quick, there's like a really displeasing like third act.
Right.
Like,
I mean, the third act breakup is a real thing.
Yeah, I just like, and I can't stand, because it's like, I think when you have like this long journey to the end, you're like, okay, they've made it through all of this. Right. They're going to be good moving forward. Right. But like if you have that like third act breakup, you're like, when this book ends, they're gonna break up anyway. It's like, and that's so true. I feel like that doesn't.
And that's why I love A Quarter Mist and Fury, because it literally took them almost 2 whole books to get together.
Mm. Well, so and she was with some other dude, like the whole first book. I don't know. I haven't read the books, so like asterisk by what I'm about to say. You can just throw it out.
I would say wonderful pacing that you have read is Fourth Wing. I feel like that was 75% of the book was them not together to get the 25% at the end.
And also, I feel like they're in kind of a different world with the whole, like, he has something going on, like, with his own kind of thing, where it's like, they have kind of a natural distancing that, I don't know, I feel like a lot of times when they do that, like, they break up the relationship itself.
Right.
And it's like, okay, they look rocky or, like, whatever's going on, instead of, like, an individual kind of path that, like pulls people away. I feel like that's kind of a good, if you're gonna do like a quote unquote third act, if you're in like a book 3 and you're like, oh, there's this huge wedge driven, you know, like, you have to do that without kind of breaking down the like chemistry of the two people, and I feel like they're doing that well.
Yeah, that was very well done.
Rebecca, you know,
I think you should replace me.
No.
Leave.
Yeah, that's.
It could be Jessica and Michael and Jason for.
We'll have, maybe just Jason and I'll do it. We'll just have our own. We'll like steal the cameras. Like, hey guys, they're in the other room talking about something else, but we're gonna do our podcast. That would be kind of fun. That actually sounds like a good podcast. Time. Yeah, we could talk about all the funny things that you guys do reading your books.
Oh my gosh!
But
if I was stranded and could stranded on an island and could only bring one book with me, what would it be? Bible excluded.
I was gonna say
we're not gonna go
like
the
that.
whole way
I was gonna say that's. Well, that's
I
such
love my Jesus.
Yes, 100%. Yeah.
The Bible is there.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I was gonna say. Because like, yeah, you can't. But it also like completely makes the game like not like you almost have that like obligatory response as well. Yeah, it's like if you don't say it, like
Christian.
No,
the viewers just draw.
We can't believe it. No, but I mean, considering that being there, I feel like something you could read over and over. I feel like she's gonna keep doing that. That's okay. I know you've said you've read like A Court of Mist and Fury a bunch.
Yeah.
And like I feel like you kind of revert back to that a lot.
It's my comfort read.
Yeah, it's your comfort read, which I've heard you say that, so that makes me think you'd bring that, but
it'd probably be that, or it would be something nostalgic like
Hunger Games.
Or like Chronicles of Narnia.
Yeah.
Like I have.
Well, I was scared to say I was gonna say that again, but I'm like 0 for 2 on Chronicles of Narnia.
Because it's 7 books, but I'll be cheap. I have one book that's bound with all 7 books of the Chronicles of Narnia. So
that'd be awesome.
That's 7 books.
You know, I've never finished all those. I think I'd like to. Yeah.
You need to listen. Honestly, you would love the Audible versions.
Really?
It is narrated. I can't remember his name, but it's a famous actor, and man, just talk about an immersive voice that will take you immediately to.
That's a good one.
It's really good. Yeah. You would like it. Do I prefer reading in silence with music, or around other people talking?
Silence.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that I was saying
I can't read while listening to music with words, but I can read with like ambiance music.
Because you used to study with that.
Right.
Yeah.
And if I hear other words, then it throws me off.
Now does that kind of, you know, sometimes like you'll like if you light candles that remind you of like well, I'm saying like, you know how whenever you light candles and it's like, oh, that smell immediately takes me back to like studying all night and stuff. Like, is certain music, like if you're reading for fun,
right?
Would you want to put on like an instrumental? Because then you're like, okay, am I reading for fun or am I back in study mode?
This is so pathetic, but this is just, and maybe it's not pathetic. It's fun, but the book community. I mean, if you look up Fourth Wing reading ambiance,
that would be cool.
It's on YouTube. It looks like, you know, Basgiath or the
that's cool.
What's it called? The bridge that they had to walk?
Parapet. Oh, the parapet, yeah.
It'd be like a picture of that, and it's got music that specifically pertains to Fourth Wing. So like
I'd have to put on like half or a quarter speed though, like just so they didn't like move on to the next part of the book. I'm like, wait, hold on.
It's not reading the book. It's music that goes along.
That's what I'm saying. But like as you're like, it's gonna change,
right?
Right? As like time goes on, and everyone's like, all right, we're realistically on to this scene now, and I'm gonna be like, why are we listening to this? You know,
why is
this music does not match. Yeah, exactly.
They're in love right now.
I'm in the intro. What is? I'm still reading about the author. Yeah, just like tear jerking music, and like. They're about to cross the parapet.
You're like 40 pages.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the end of the video.
Oh.
I'm not the fastest reader, but
you're great at reading. You retain a lot more than I do. I'll say that.
I feel like I read it, when I read something once, I'll read it 5 times. Like in terms of like...
I mean, you digest it completely.
A lot of times I like read the same page because I'm like, I didn't get that. Or I like just keep going back. I'm gonna put her in the back. Like we're gonna...
Brief pause.
Yes, hold on.
We take care of our cat. She's driving us
take
nuts.
care of Frankie. Yeah.
We kind of already answered this, but would
Okay.
I pick a 700-page fantasy epic or a 200-page romance?
I feel like the stage of life matters so much on that.
The mood matters.
Yeah.
If I'm on a beach and I want something light.
Fantasy. Oh, I was going to say fantasy, but you're actually doing rom-com.
Yeah, if I have to prepare myself to like delve into fantasy.
Which you were talking about doing, what's the like trendy thing right now? You like tried to go into it, but it's like a huge fantasy. Like they're...
Photo Glass.
No. It's like... It's really big right now. I think Jason likes them a lot. They're like
gosh, the Brandon Sanderson.
Yeah, Brandon Sanderson. That's it. Yeah, and like that seems like an endeavor. Yeah, I don't blame you. That feels like a lot.
I talked about this on the May reading recap, I think, but I read Tress of the Emerald Sea and was horribly disappointed by Brandon Sanderson. And I've been told that it gets better and don't judge it based off of that one. But I was like super motivated to read Brandon Sanderson, and then that one kind of fell flat.
Which, I mean, now, I don't know this, but like, is his stuff more...
I think it's
romance type thing? Or is it more... I was going to say, is it more
it's like very manly fantasy.
That's kind of what I was just going to...
I think that there's like a
I don't think that's what you enjoy as much. Yeah, like...
I like my romantasy.
Yeah, I mean, and that's fun, you know? Like, I feel like, especially like, because Jason likes it so much, you kind of go down the route of like, why did he enjoy it? Because he like Fourth Wing in that series. It's like probably the same things that I enjoy. And then like, you know, there's like the romance stuff and you're just like, as a guy, you're just kind of like, all right, like let's get back to the plot. And I feel like with the Brandon Sanderson stuff, if that's more of what it is, maybe that's what I should...
Maybe you should try it.
That's like The
Way of Kings.
A nice...
Mistborn.
A nice like historical fiction, like
plus
war
fantasy.
Thing plus fantasy.
There you go.
Historical.
We'll have you back on in a couple episodes, and you gotta.
I'm sticking to my westerns. No thanks.
He loves those westerns. Okay, last one. You ready?
Wow, we nailed these. Okay. I mean, I did okay.
I think you did great.
I did all right.
Would I rather join a dystopian rebellion or attend a magical boarding school? I feel like we kind of recovered this.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to do Hogwarts, I feel like you would like the magical boarding school, but I know you're Katniss. Yeah, that's what I mean. You're not. So, but I feel like that's unfair with like the magical boarding school because they always have like a, you know, big fight at the end.
That's
you know what I'm
true,
saying?
the
So it's like,
last battle.
yeah, like so even in the magical boarding school, like that's not ever the end of the whole thing, but. I think you do the Hunger Games style like rebellion thing. Even though that's like a much more miserable existence, I think you would choose it in like your.
If we burn, you'll burn with us.
That is the most lady like esque moment captured.
You want to know something really pathetic?
Yes, I do. Absolutely.
I used to play in the backyard and I would braid my hair to the side and I had my little crossbow.
I was going to say, did you have a bow?
And I had like a little brown jacket and I would just pretend I was Katniss.
That's awesome. What do you mean that's pathetic?
Oh gosh, looking back.
You marched the beat of your own drum from an early age, which I love about you.
I understand now why I didn't have any friends. I'll just say that.
I would have been your friend.
Oh. No, you would have took pity on me.
No, I would have been your friend. That's cool. I think, like I said, I've always been, you know, hey, what's that girl marching to the beat of her own drum? I like that. That's good.
She's a weirdo.
Yeah. She's my weirdo.
Yeah, you're a weirdo. Well, you did good.
Thank you.
Job. High five.
I was very nervous about this.
I know. You do any pit stains?
Yeah, no. Thankfully, I think I'm all right. Yeah.
It's just the beat of sweat going down your face.
It's each like that Key and Peele skit. Have you ever seen it? Where he's like every question it just starts spraying out more. That's how I felt like it was gonna be. Like this would start as like a fun. Oh, let's do this. It'll be a fun step in our marriage. And then it's like by the end of it, like
we're going to counseling.
Yeah, we're done. I hate you. So I'm glad that didn't. I'm glad that's
I need to do one for you. But I haven't read your westerns.
I feel like we could do a quick, like...
Your favorite book is Comanche Moon. Part of the Lonesome Dove series. Yeah, I do know that.
Yeah, which is weird because, that's not the one in the series that I feel like everyone loves. Lonesome Dove is awesome. I mean, it's the OG, yeah. But, I don't know. I feel like that's a tough read. Like, I'm hesitant to recommend that to people because I recommended it to one of the guys at work, and he came up to me like, hey, you should read this book. And he was like, dude, this was rough. Like, it's kind of a realistic look at like life in the West. So yeah, but kind of true to where we're at in Texas. It was like, we gotta represent. Yeah. But Louis L'Amour is probably my favorite author in general. Yeah.
You like your physical books?
I don't even have anything other than my phone to read on, so it's like
you would read Fourth Wing though on your phone.
Well, I mean, yeah, because
you got to beat me on finishing the book first.
this is somewhat embarrassing. Like I was probably the last 50 pages on Fourth Wing, and I had to go to work, and like we had the same copy, and
you took it.
No, I thought I did it on my phone. Maybe I did take it. Yeah, but I was just like, I went back in my room at the firehouse, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna finish this thing, and no, I'm telling no one about this, because it wasn't
your study.
Yeah, no, I mean at that point I wasn't studying for anything, so I was like not doing something I should be doing.
Cover your trail.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was doing everything perfectly. No. But yeah, no, that last 100 pages, I mean, it's like the big battle in Fourth Wing. Like that was
picks up.
Yeah, awesome, or not so awesome for some people, characters, but that was it's a good book.
I'm starting to get you into reading.
Yeah, especially fantasy. I feel like I never really
slowly but surely.
Yeah, but I mean, I never really read anything, so it's kind of just this like. This whole world has opened up.
You and Jason have your little book nerds.
Mm-hmm.
And life is great, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And, it's just something we can do together, which is cool. I feel like there was so much time where, you were reading in bed and I was just like doom scrolling and just like, I gotta apply this to, apply this time to doing something kind of productive. And so then I was just like, we can talk about books.
Do you have a Goodreads account?
Yes.
You need to go on and
I do have a Goodreads account.
Yeah,
remember? Because I messaged you on Goodreads.
That's right. This guy will message me on Goodreads. He will message me on LinkedIn. He will message me on everything other than a text message.
Got to keep the,
I'll get a random LinkedIn message saying, "Are you available for a meeting tonight at 7 p.m.?"
Yeah. We have a
at
interesting work proposition.
Yeah. I'm just like, what in the world?
Gotta keep you guessing.
Keep me guessing.
Gotta keep you on your toes. So.
Well, thanks for being on.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Phenomenal.
I appreciate it. I hope Frankie wasn't too loud in the back, and I hope to one day, get invited to the studio.
Maybe. Jessica and I will review your
okay, all right, yeah. I'm willing to hear notes and to work on my performance. But no, it was fun. I was a little nervous at first, and so this was this was a lot of fun. I see why you guys like it, and also just to Jessica, because I know obviously she's not here right now, but she'll hopefully hear this. Like, you guys have done awesome on this podcast. Awesome. I was so excited when you guys decided to do this initially. Just because I feel like you guys are so full of knowledge when it comes to doing these things, and about books in general. And I feel like you guys had talked about it for a while, and I was so happy to see you guys actually doing it. And then I think, I had talked with a couple of people about the podcast before, and nobody expected it to be like this, how amazing the quality was from the jump. And Jessica. I feel like you guys have just been...
She's done phenomenal.
I mean, we thought it was going to be like awesome, and then it was just incredible. And so you guys are doing something really cool. And
Thanks.
So, I'm happy to see you guys keep doing this.
Like, share, subscribe.
Yeah, all the things.
All the things. If you think Michael did a great job, leave a comment.
0 comments on the.
I'll make a bunch of fake accounts.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Michael's the best. Michael should always be on.
Thanks, Rainy. Rainy Rusbands.
Not Laney.
Yeah,
husbands.
not Laney husband. Yeah. Yeah, or it's just me making accounts, like, just to, like, gas myself up.
Michael seems like a cool dude.
Yeah, wow, you guys should definitely invite him to the studio. he definitely wants to do that.
Performance was great.
Yeah. And then, like,
he sure knows his life.
One true comment would come in of like, this guy stinks. Like, don't invite him back. Delete, report.
You're just inconsolable.
Yeah. Just, oh my gosh. It's Jason. That would be Jason. He would do that. 100%. This guy sucks. Jason, we can see you. It's on your social media. You didn't even disguise it, dude.
Oh man. Yeah, you'll definitely need a bro episode.
That would be fun. Of course, you guys have both carried us, like, in this, so it would just be like, 30 minutes of silence, like, so.
What books have you read?
Yeah, nothing. That's true. That is how it would be. But.
Well, thanks for joining.
Thanks for having me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we'll catch you on the next episode.
Yeah.
I don't know I think I'm doing it with Jessica next time, so. Sorry, you've been kicked off the island.
Tough break. I guess I had my answer faster than I thought. No, but yeah, thanks for having me on.
Bye.